I'm just going to put them live. Hello everyone. Okay, that should be live now. Hello. Hi Sylvia, hi Hazel. Can you let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me fine? Good morning, Karen. It's very bright and early today. Okay. I think it's too early for most people. Can you let me know if you can hear me fine? If you can see me fine? Everything is... I can't see the public. I can see what you can see. If you can see me, it will be good. I can see and hear. Okay, brilliant. Fantastic. Thank you. Hi, Michelle. Okay, lovely. I've got Karen here with me today. Yay, exciting. Karen, say hi. Hi. it's like talking to it's looking to yourself really, because we obviously cannot hear you or cannot hear ourselves. But yeah. So we're going to get started. Karen's going to man the chat. And she's going to be chatting with you whilst I'm going to be crafting, and if there's anything that you ask me and I don't see, then she's going to let me know that you asked me, and it's going to be much easier for me this way because it's really difficult to craft and see what you guys are chatting about, and I really want to see what you're chatting about. So please excuse my voice. I'm still a little bit funny. But I'm getting a bit better now. So today's session is about crafting, doing mixed media with ColourArte. So I'm going to be showing a lot of ColourArte stuff. A lot of this is on the website. Some of the things are not on the website, but they will be available to pre-order on the website today. So if you are interested in getting some of them, you can pre-order, and I can order them from ColourArte directly. But yeah, I'm going to be showing you 4 things really. I'm going to be showing you the silks, which are the acrylic glazes. I'm going to be showing, I'm going to be showing you the silks. I'm going to be showing you the Radiant Rains, which are the ColourArte shimmery sprays. I'm going to be showing you the primary elements, the pigments, and what you can do with them, and lots of different things you can do with them, and why they're really great to have in your stash. And I'm going to be showing you a new thing, which is the Radiant Gels, which are gel consistency, very thick acrylic paints, which is a new thing from ColourArte. So all of this I'm going to be showing you. I'm going to be showing you different techniques and what we can do with it, and we will end with the actual project that I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay, someone needs a coffee. I just had my coffee, which is great, so all ready to go. Okay, so to start with, I've got myself a few pieces of paper, and I'm going to be showing you some of the, what the products actually are and what are their properties. So to start with, let's start with possibly the paints, maybe. I'm just going to move that to the side. Kind of remind me that I've got my mixing there if I need to. Okay, so I got myself some really thick cardstock, and I'm going to take my brush and a few colors. So you have a few sets on the website, and I know quite a few already ordered them. The most popular by all means was the Vintage Earth one. I think there's none in stock, but I've got one more, so I may put it on the website soon. A Good Night Kiss is ever so popular as well, and because it's got very varied range of colors. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually open maybe Vintage Earth. I'm going to open the Fruit Punch, because that's quite colourful as well, and show you what is the colour on those, what is the colour payoff, and also how you can colour blend. Colour blending is something I do for some of my projects, and I showed you one a while ago. Hold on, I'm gonna have to get on my squishy chair again. I mentioned the squishy chair. Good morning, Julie. Okay, So color blending is something where you go with from darker color into the lightest color, and that kind of ombre gradual effect is the way how you blend those colors. That's what makes a difference. So you have that really gradual step. I showed you this one before if you haven't seen it, so that's here again. It's a notepad that I started. I actually still want to finish, and yeah, it was kind of inspired by a sunrise. So okay, so to start with, so I've got the paints which we have just kind of fallen apart. Here we go. So this is the Vintage Earth set that I've just cut open. As I said, there's none on the website, but I've got one more, so I can put it on after the broadcast. And then we have the Fruit Punch, which has got lots of very bright summery colours here. So I've got these here. Good morning, Sharon. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just going to take a few colours that kind of semi go together. So I'm actually going to go with those two. This is from Vintage Earth. This is from the Fruit Punch set. So we got Vintage Mint and Mediterranean Blue. And I'm going to use a little bit on my surface, which is my cardstock, and do some colour blending with that. So start with one colour. The actual glazes, you can have much stronger colour if you add a little more, or you can have a really delicate colour if you add just a little bit. And obviously if you're working on gesso, you're gonna have a better colour payoff as well. I didn't gesso this bit. I'm gonna show you how they work on a darker gesso in a second. And then I'm gonna take a different colour, which is blue, and I just don't bother cleaning my brush and just start a bit lower down, and then just get that.
It's a bit bright, Anna.
Is it? It is a bit bright. Hold on. We have a bit of a sun situation here. It's getting brighter and darker. Here you go. That should be much better. Okay. So I'm just gonna go with this one and just gonna blend that blue into the green. Is that better?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. So you can get that seamless transition. Here you go. That's obviously very pale. Hold on. We need to do a little more blending here. So that's really properly blended. All right. So you go from one to another. That's one thing. Obviously these colours are really pale, so they look quite pale on the light background, but it's a completely different story on a darker background. So I gessoed this piece of paper with a heavy black gesso. Hold on, I can't see the chat mine now. And here you go. Here's everyone. And then when you put it on the black gesso, then you get a completely different colour, and those secondary mica pigments that the secondary colors that really come out on a darker background. So it's very similar to what you can see with the Prima Opera Magic, but obviously the silks have been on the market much longer. They've got different consistency. They're much thinner, so they're actually proper glaze. So this color is mint, is green, but you get all those blue shimmers as well in it, and the same with the blue. And again,
normal cardstock or watercolor.
This is normal cardstock, but it's covered with a really heavy coat of black gesso. Okay, so these are your silks. They go brilliantly, especially when you have a project and you just want to add a little bit of shading and put it around some embellishments, or if you want like a really subtle background, then adding silks is great. If you want the color to be much more vibrant, then definitely gesso your surface. So if you're doing on a cardstock, you're going to get quite a pale color, obviously depending on the shade. So like the mint one is going to be quite pale, but some other ones may be a bit darker. And yeah, if you want them to be a bit more stronger, then just add gesso.
Sorry, what's the name of the paint?
The name of the paint is Silks Acrylic Glaze. They are by ColourArte. Oh, the actual name of these. The actual name of... Hi Amanda. The actual product is the Silks acrylic glaze, but they are by ColourArte, and there's plenty of them left on Craftbox website. The paints that I've just been showing you are Vintage Mint and Mediterranean Blue. So the blue one was vintage. The blue one was Vintage Mint. The blue one was Mediterranean Blue, and the green one was Vintage Mint. The Vintage Mint is from the Vintage Earth collection, and the blue one was from the Fruit Punch collection. The sun goes in and out, so if we're a bit funny with the brightness, then just do keep letting us know, and I will be adjusting it. Unfortunately, just kind of the sun goes in and out, so I'm just right in front of the window, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. So yeah, so if you wanted to have a look at the actual colors, as I opened the sets already, so I will take another piece of paper and I will show you these two sets, and if you want to see any other sets, then just give me a shout. I could do a little bit on the black and a little bit on white, and you can see how they compare. So starting with Vintage Earth. Oh, this is going to be really dark now. It's getting really dark and dreary. That's better. Okay. Alright, so starting with Vintage Earth, so I've got the Wisteria colour. Vintage Earth has been incredibly popular. It's, as I said, there will be one added. There's none left at the moment, but there will be one added, and if you want more, then I will put the pre-order page on, and then you can pre-order, and then I will order directly from ColourArte for you. So this is Wisteria, and again, this is pink, but it's coming out really green. It depends on what color mica is in the paint, and that mica really shows in your darker surface. So, and then if I take it on the white color, on the white cardstock, then it's proper pink. Okay, I'll be going in and out of focus as well probably. I hope you can see me okay with the whole kind of cloud situation. Right, this one is Rustic Rose. I believe I've used this color before when our very first session ever. I'm just going to clean my brush and get some other colors going. Okay, just getting my brush a little clean. So the sun is coming out again. Bear with me, sun is coming out again. So it's going to be I'm going to be changing the brightness again. Okay, so the second one is Rustic Rose. Let's give that an open. And again, this color is a peachy, beautiful peachy color, very much Craftbox like. Again, I'm putting it on black, and it's coming out purplish kind of peachy color. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little bit of, well, is it purple? It's a bit kind of pinky purple mica, depending on the angle. And on the actual white, it looks a bit greeny actually, which is funny.
Do you just clean the brushes with water?
Yeah, clean brushes with water, and I have what you all know I have, which is the kitchen roll, and I use loads of it. I buy it in bulk. So that's what you can see on the white. So again, that was the Rustic Rose, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's that. Here we go. Okay, right, moving on. Now I've got the Autumn Leaf. Again, Autumn Leaf has been very popular as for all the products that we had on the website, especially for the sprays. Again, if you are after the Autumn Leaf Radiant Rain, which I'm going to be showing you in a second, then just pop on the website this afternoon and then pre-order it, and it will be with you in about 2 to 3 weeks time. As soon as ColourArte is going to send it to me, because as I said, we still got loads on the website, but some of it has been very popular and sold out. So this is Autumn Leaf. This is brown color in the pot. Now putting it on the black, it creates this very coppery color. It's actually much brighter here from where I sit. It shows quite brown on here, but it's quite coppery. And then it's very kind of tea dye. Oh, I love this colour. on the white background.
How come they come out different on black and white?
Because it depends what color mica they have in them. When you put the paint on white, the mica doesn't show that well. It just pigments really show. But when you put it on black, then the actual color and the pigment is not that visible because you're putting it on a really dark surface. But the mica shows through. So that's why you get different. So the mica can be different color to the actual pigment in the paint. So that's why the Prima Opal Magic, they're two-tone paints. So that's exactly why they're two-tone, because mica is a different color and pigment is a different color in it. So that's what makes the difference, and that's brilliant because you get one paint and you get so many different results with it. Right, carrying on, Black Emerald. So this one is, again, I'm carrying on with the Vintage Earths collection, and this one is quite dark in the pot. I hope everyone can still see me fine. I'm just checking the brightness. So this is when I'm putting it on the black surface, and it goes really emerald green, as you can see, which is completely different to how it looks like in the pot. Hold on, let me just get that up. Okay, and when we put it on white, it comes out very dark bluey greyish. You can't see that mica that well. Okay, it still will be really shimmery, especially when it dries. Okay, so again, you've got side by side two completely different colors, and you're only using one pot. So that was the Black Emerald, and then I've got two more from this set. I'm just going to show you this one and then another one. I'm going to move on because we got Radiant Rains and the gels and the sprays, and I want to show you what to do with them, and I want to show you the project I started and share that with you. Okay, just going to clean my brush. So I've got a little bit of water here, and I've got my kitchen towel, and that's how I just cleaned this big brush that I'm using. Right, so carrying on, I've got Warm Grey, and again, this one is going to be super two-tone. Okay, just taking a little bit here. So this one has gold mica, I can see that in. So this one has gold mica, so it's coming out golden. Yeah, I think it's got gold and silver, depending on the angle. You may see just now flecks of gold. So this one has gold, and on the white it's probably going to come out just grey.
Can you paint over mixed media with these, like the Prima ones?
With hold on,
Karen McGingle.
Oh, can you paint over mixed media with these? Yes, absolutely you can. I would suggest that you gesso your surface first. Yeah, it's exactly the same type of product, except it's just a little thinner, really, and you get a set with so many color variants as well. So you don't just buy one pot. You can get 6 in it, especially if you're doing smaller pieces. You can get bigger pots of those as well. Right, and I showed you the Vintage Mint, so I think I showed you everything. Hold on, did I miss any? I feel like I missed something, but maybe I didn't. No, it's fine. Okay, so that was the Vintage Earth set. I'm just going to move that away somewhere. I need another one of those, actually. So, Karen, could you do me a favour? Could you gesso this for me? Sorry, I don't want you to. Thank you. Sorry, Karen is going to gesso another piece for me, and I'll dry it in a moment. Right, so I'm going to show you the fruit punch, starting with your Mediterranean blue, and getting that one in. And again, on these are going to be amazing on white. Some colours are really made for black, some colours are made for white. So this is on white, and it's beautiful, beautiful blue. I might actually use this one. And then on black, the mica in it is blue, so you can see it's quite a similar colour, but obviously you don't get the pigment as bright, but the mica is blue. So if the mica and the pigment are the same colour, then you're going to get quite similar results on you're gonna get what am I talking about? You're gonna get quite similar results on both black and white. Okay, now I'm going to use the pink. Hold on, pink. Oh my god, I can't read this. Pink anthurium. Yeah, that was it. Okay. Oh, sorry, love. Can you do a black one?
I wondered why you gave me one.
I don't know why the black gesso. We have a bit of a situation. There's definitely black in that big white tube. Can you see with a little? Yeah. Thank you.
I did wonder.
Sorry. I have a bit of a situation here. Are these translucent with the Prima opals are opaque? Prima opals are not fully opaque. They are quite translucent. These are a little more translucent. Don't worry about it. I'll sort it out later. These are a bit more translucent than Prima, but Prima is not fully opaque. Right, so here you go. I'm going with that pink one, which looks a bit peachy on white. And then I'm going to go into this, into black. And that looks really magenta. So you see there is a colour, which means to me that the actual mica is magenta colour in this. Careful. Don't put it all over the floor. We're having fun here. Okay, then I'm going to take the blue one. So that's probably going to be fairly straightforward. This blue is called Sapphire on Ice. Clean my brush from that pink. I really hope I ordered the vintage set. Love the colours. Yeah, it is really pretty. Carrie, if you haven't ordered it, I'm fairly sure, I actually think Karen was packing your order yesterday. I was showing Karen how to pack the orders, and I think she packed your, no, you packed another Karen's order.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I must have packed yours. If you haven't, then it will be available on pre-order, and it will be a few weeks wait until ColourArte sends me those, but it will be available. So this Sapphire on Ice, the mica is... That's right, the mica is blue as well, so you get those two results. And there, I'm just going to whisk through the rest because I don't want to keep you too long. I just ordered yours some yesterday, can't wait to use them.
Are these translucent, whereas the opals?
Yeah, already been through that. Yeah. So we now have. I'm pretty sure it's Snapdragon. Yeah, this is Snapdragon. Snapdragon is the most beautiful purple. I want to say Cadbury purple, but it's actually more purple than Cadbury purple, if that makes sense. It's got more pink in it, while I think Cadbury purple has more blue in it. And this is how it looks like on black. It's the most beautiful colour on black, and it's got pink mica in it. So it will be quite similar, but we'll have much more vibrant colour on black. Okay. Alright. And then the last two rather, we have I've got the yellow rose and the key lime. I just need to pop my sleeves up because otherwise they're going to be all in paint. I'm wearing a really cute apron anyway. My husband was laughing at me. Just to make sure I'm not gonna end up with my top all in paint. Right, this is the yellow, and you're gonna get the most beautiful gold on black surface. And let me lift that up for you. So this is the yellow on white, and this is the yellow or / gold on the gesso surface. And the last colour, I would love to show you all of them, but then we would have like an entire day crafting with ColourArte. Trust me when I say they all have different properties, and whatever set you order, you will love it. So don't really worry if one is out of stock and the other one is. Just, you will love the colours, and you will have so much You'll be able to use so much on so many things, so many projects. Right, this is a green one. The green one is fairly straightforward. This is how it looks like on white, and this is how it looks like on black. It's actually got green mica particles in it. So here you go. This was the Fruit Punch, I believe. The Fruit Punch set from ColourArte. And again, this is how it looks like. Two completely different results. Okay, right. So that's that. This one is drying. I can get some heat gun action in a moment. I'm just going to clean up my surface. And this is the colour blending I've done. It actually looks much more blended from where I sit rather than in camera. Sorry. Right, so just gonna spray this. Get this nice and clean. Whoops. This is my non-stick surface. The smaller one, I've got a really big one covering this entire desk as well. Okay, good. Sorted. My hands are all in paint already. All right. Okay, so we will, I'm just going to move that to the side. I may just use that in a second. So I'm going to move on to the sprays, and I'm going to show you how the colour payoff on the sprays, on the Radiant Rains. I did mention in the product description that the colour payoff of Radiant Rains is a bit more subtle to what you can see with, for example, Lindy Stamp Gang products, and it also depends on the colour. So be mindful of that. They are really, I use them for completely different purposes. If I want quite a subtle colour, if I want to create a background, like quite a subtle background, then I use Radiant Rains. If I want to have a really strong colour payoff, so for example, you know, I want the junk canvas, I wanted to have a really strong colour rather than subtle colour, then I used Lindy Stamp Gang products. So I'm going to take a piece of paper and I'm just going to spray a few. Again, as I said, it really depends on colour. The darker colours will have much stronger colour payoff, but some of the lighter ones will be really subtle, but you know, you can create the most beautiful backgrounds with them. And if you are quite heavy-handed, which to be honest I am with my sprays, I prefer to have lighter colours because you can build it up, whilst with, for example, Lindy Stamp Gang stuff, because they're so pigmented, you spray once and you're stuck with this result, unless you dab it dry. But it doesn't always work. If you spray directly on the paper, then you're stuck with that really dark colour. Right, okay, so the colours I've got, I'm going to actually, I don't think I've ever tried the Snapdragon, so I've got the Snapdragon, which is purple. If you saw what I was just doing, I was just gently tapping it. Don't shake your spray up and down like this. Just gently tap it, kind of swirl it to get that mica moving. Otherwise, if you shake it up and down, then that mica is going to go up and clog your tube. These claim to be the non-clog formula. I haven't had them clog yet, but you know, you never know. Mica was not ever made to be pushed through the spray bottle or through the spray nozzle, so just be mindful how you're mixing those. So just tap them gently rather than shaking them up and down. If anything, swirl them rather than shake them. That's a little bit of a tip for you. Right, I'm just going to take a lot of my paper. I don't want to really pick up my spray box here. Okay, and excuse me, I'm just going to pop that here. So this one is the Sweet Whisper, which is one of my favorite colors. When it's dry, to start with, it's not going to look like much, so just give you a word of warning here. It's not going to look like much to start with, but when it dries, it's going to have that most beautiful multi-dimensional shimmer, which is great. So this is Sweet Whisper. And when it's wet, obviously you can't see, but you can see a little bit. I'm just gonna, don't really want to turn the darkness so much, but let me see if I can show you a little bit zoomed in. So that's the colour payoff on just a handful of sprays. Oh yeah, that's mica. Oh sorry, my paper curled because it's not a water paper. Okay, let's try on a different side. Okay, here we go. Again, if you gesso it, you're going to have a bit more of a colour payoff on this. So I'm not sure if you can see it very well, but this is how it looks like on that one. And I'm going to take a completely different colour, which is Fern, which is that green one. And again, I'm just going to tap. And spray that. And as you can see, this one is actually quite dark. I'm going to take my heat gun, give us that. Okay, This is not the best paper to spray things on. I can bring some watercolor paper in a second. I'm not sure if you can see all that shimmer. Hold on. I can see the pigment, but I'm not sure if you will be able to pick up on. Oh, there's a little bit of shimmer there. Obviously we lost focus now. Hold on. Bear with me. Oh, back. Okay, so that's the spray. Wow, I can, if you look up really closely, the pigments, so there are different elements here. You've got mica, which is colored mica. You've got your pigment, and then you also have they call it oh, hold on, it's on the bottle. I can't see this now, but there was on a different bottle. Oh, here we go. Crystal elements. We call them crystal elements, and it might just be a different type of mica, but basically it's got a multicolor properties. So you've got your colored mica, you've got your pigment, and you've got this kind of multicolored bits that are really shimmery, and it's really difficult to catch that on camera, but it's in real life it's really beautiful. So I think that's the only spray where I actually saw that kind of multicolored pigments in it, but and it's not like two-tone or anything of this sort. It's just that they have that additional type of mica which is multicolor or holographic. So these are the sprays, and obviously with sprays you can do all different sorts of things. You know, one of the most popular uses for it is to gesso your entire piece and then spray it like you did with your junk canvas. But you can create the most beautiful backgrounds with different masks, for example with Prima masks, which I showed you during the last session, and 33 watching though. And then yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, different use for the sprays. So you can use it with your on your canvas. You can use it with your masks. You can just accentuate part of your project. If you want to just add a little add a little bit more color to something. Okay, right. So I hope this is bright enough, but may not be because it's getting a bit dark and sad. I don't know what it was the most beautiful weather when we started, wasn't it? Well, when Karen came in, it was the most beautiful weather, and then it just went downhill. Not because of Karen. Sorry, I don't mean how it sounded. It's awful. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you some of the Radiant gels. The Radiant gels. Hold on. Let's make sure that we'll pick the one that we actually have on the website still. One of them is the coral one, which is not this one. Oh, I can't see any of the ones that we have on the website. Maybe in the different room. Oh, I've got a Stargazer. That's one that's on the website. We got Autumn Leaf, which is the brown one. I've got one more pale green, which is not on the website. I will put it after the show. Then we have, hold on, we got Snapdragon, which is the purple, which is absolutely stunning. And then there's one more. We had some kind of orangey coppery colour. I'm just gonna show myself here. Okay, lovely weather here. And yeah, so I'm going to show you how they look like on two different surfaces again. Karen just did a little bit of black gessoing for me on the piece of paper, and I've got white one as well. And I'm going to use a stencil, and it's no doubt going to be a Tim Holtz stencil, because you know how much I love Tim Holtz, and it had to be mentioned because otherwise you would say she didn't mention Tim Holtz this time. So I'm going to use, hold on. I'm going to use one of the stencils. Just need to find a bit one that's got a little more surface on. Okay, I'm going to use this one. And again, this is a new one to me, and I have no clue what it's actually called. It had a number somewhere here. Oh, THS 039. That's the product number, I guess, of this stencil. And I've got a palette knife, just a cheapy one I bought from the art store or somewhere of this sorts. And here we go. I love Tim Holtz. Okay, and I'm going to put some of the Radiant Gel in Stargazer on both surfaces, and again tell you a little more about the properties and about, you know, where you can use it on. So this Stargazer gel, here you go. It's a very thick, very thick acrylic paint. It's not a texture paste. It's actually gel with a lot of pigment and a lot of mica in it. So that's what that's what it really is. You can use it as normal paint. You can put it really thickly or thinly on your project, and it will act as a normal paint. But where it really excels is if you use it like the texture paint, but it will texture paste, and it will produce the most beautiful shimmer when it dries. So you can't get such glossy result with a normal texture paste. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit on white and a little bit on black, and then I will show you also if you go to the product page on Craftbox website, and there's a video that I've linked showing properties of that of those gels, and what you can do with them, some other things that you can do with them, but I'm going to show you how you can dry them as well. And the lady mentioned during her video, and it's something I really like to do as well when it bubbles and gives you a completely different result. Right, so I've got my stencil. I'm going to try to hold it quite flat, and I've got a palette knife, and I'm just going to apply it like that, and then just lift it. I should have lifted it straight. Here you go. So that's what I get when I just use the stencil. I'm going to try to show you a little bit of how thick it looks like. And this shimmer, that glossy shimmer and loads of mica, this is going to remain. So when it dries, it will look exactly the same, except it will be dry, and you'll have this beautiful gloss, almost like a varnish surface. Okay, and then I'm going to show you exactly the same on black surface. Did someone just say goodbye? Bye! Bye, Lynn! Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit on black here. Lift this up, and because this specific paint, so this specific Radiant Gel has green mica in it, you get all different colors coming out, especially on black. Okay, so that's what the gels really excel at, because you can get that dimensional texture. And that's just one thing. Obviously you can use it with stencils, and I will probably be using it with stencil the most, but where you can do all other sorts of things. Let me just pick up a different color. And everyone all right there?
Yep, all good.
Good. Color fine, brightness fine, everyone's surviving. I'm getting a bit snotty, sorry. Okay, not as snotty as snotty, but snotty as really need to sneeze. Okay, so again, these are the two blue ones on, and you can see that green kind of come out on the camera, but not so much in real life. But then that green really comes out on the black surface here. Okay, it's beautiful. Excuse me. Okay. And yeah, so Carrie just said going to do some spending. I didn't order any of these because I didn't know what they were. Oh yeah, exactly, and that's exactly why I wanted to show you. It's a new product to me as well, but I just had so much fun with it so far. Right, so I'm going to show you some other things you can do with it. So let me pick up a different color. Again, I'm gonna pick up hold on, I wanted Emperor's Gold. Emperor's Gold is not on the website. It will be available for pre-order. And I will just order depending on however many you want. Otherwise, some colors are more popular than others, and I just want to make sure that I don't keep the colors that you don't guys necessarily want. So I actually, this is the bit of the ceiling bit that's on top of the Radiant Gels, and this has dried overnight. So this is, you can already see, hold on, I'm gonna try to zoom in. You can already see that amazing texture that you can get by just you know, putting a little bit of gel, tapping it with your brush, and then just leaving it to dry. It's the most amazing surface, and it will stay this way, but it's still quite flexible. But it's gel, so just imagine it almost looks like silicone gel. Really, it's fantastic. Right, hopefully we can go back to zoom. So I'm going to take a little bit of that one, and what you can do, you can just add a little bit on top of your colour, and just play with your brush and just create a texture with your brush. You can do that. That's brilliant already. And I can do a little bit here as well. Okay, you can do little swirls, for example. And this pot is massive. It will go a really long way. Okay. Or alternatively, you can do another thing, which is you can take things like, for example, Prima has this new set of brushes, and they have the different kind of texture creators that you can use with modeling paste, or you can use with any type of medium that you apply a bit more thickly on your surface. And then you can just you know, you can go through this with this little silicone ends, which, by the way, I'm not sure if they were supposed to be removable, but mine removed quite easily, so you can then wash them really easily as well. So that's that works quite well for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the texture paste with my palette knife, and I really wanted to try that periwinkle, which is the kind of blue purpley colour. What is that place? Is the product, Emma, are you asking what the product is? The product is called Radiant Gels, and it's by ColourArte. Some of them are on the website. If the colour you want is not on the website, then I will put it as a pre-order, and so you can pop there in an hour or two. Well, when we finish the broadcast, I'm going to pop them on, and you can have a look at at those. What I'm talking about. You can pre-order something if you really want it, and then I will order it from ColourArte directly. So this is the periwinkle colour. And oh, it's beautiful. You can apply it quite thickly. So again, you can create texture with your palette knife, but I'm going I just want to apply it fairly thickly, and then clean my palette knife. The colour is amazing. And then you can go with any type of tool. Actually, I don't really like it. I prefer it this way. And then you can create different textures on it as well. So you can, for example, we have our April craft box with which is very sea themed. That will be brilliant for your waves. So you can create it this way. And I've got different type of brushes from Prima, which got those endings here. So you can use those as well. So you can, for example, do something like this. And if you're creating texture on your project, and that's a brilliant way to do so. And then you already have colour building that. Or you can use these with texturing paste or anything of this sort that you'll be painting over with. We're painting off. Gosh, what am I talking about? Going loopy again. Okay, so. Oh, Samantha's starting at 10. Oh, we're kind of halfway through the products. Maddie. Okay, so that was the periwinkle. So I showed you 3 colours of these, and what you can do with those. I will leave them to dry. If they dry throughout this broadcast, and I'll show you those later. And we have one more thing, which whoa. This is all going to be dirty. Sorry. Okay, we got one more thing I'm going to show you, and I'm super excited about these, and I have a feeling that the pigments are not very well understood, and I'm really keen to show you what you can do with the pigments, because I feel that if there was one product I wanted to have in my stash, then that would probably be the pigments. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, pop my brush in the water. Okay, where did I get the brushes from, Jennifer? They are Prima brushes, and I've got 2. I had to order them. Okay, I wanted to order them for myself. I have to, from Pigment, I have to order in multiple quantities. I have 2 more sets. They will be on the Craftbox website in about, and give me an hour after the broadcast finishes and I'm going to put them on. I've got only 2 sets left though. So those brushes with those funny endings, with the texture endings, these ones, this set is mine, and as I said, I've got 2 more. I will pop them on the website in about hour after we finish the broadcast. Okay, so right now the last thing, so I showed you the spray, I showed you the gels and the paints. The last thing I'm going to show you are the pigments. There's so much you can do with the pigments, and as I said, I really think that we need to kind of pay a little more attention to the pigment. So I'm going to show you a few sets that we have on the website. Right, I sense that On the Wave is not on the website at the moment. Okay, could you check? Oh, come on, T. If you put craftbooks.co.uk. So I think the On the Wave is not on the website at the moment, but I have quite a few of those. So if you are interested, then there will be, again, as I said, give me an hour after the broadcast, pop right back, and everything you want or everything you want to pre-order, if I don't have something, will be available to pre-order. And it's called On the Wave. It will be there. So if you are interested, then obviously everything will be there. So I know I've got quite a few On the Wave, so and this is what I want to use on my project that we'll do in a second, that we will start probably in about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to open the basics and probably Firefly Night. Okay. So Firefly Night on the website is probably called Firefly, so it's all the same thing, so don't worry about that. I don't think we've got On the Wave. Okay, I've got 5 or 6 sets of On the Waves. It's all very blue, and it will go beautifully with your April craft box, which is all very sea themed, and Karen can vouch here that if you haven't ordered your April craft box, you totally should. I actually think we've got a small handful of those remaining 50. We got small handful left that's been kind of lingering for a while. So
sorry, how do I go back?
Huh?
How do I go back to the chat?
Oh, just click on YouTube here. Sorry. Here you go. Okay, so the set I opened again is On the Wave. Just I need to remember in my own head, otherwise I'm going to forget. Okay, so things you can do with your what you can do with your pigment. So much. Okay. I'm going to I've got a little really thick acetate from packaging, and I'm going to be showing you a few things you can do with them. And I have a little cheat sheet because I thought I'm going to forget if I'm not going to write it down. First of all, I've got the 3D gloss gel. This is the Prima one. Anyone will do. Again, if you want this one, I will pop that on the website. It will probably take a little bit for me to get it from Prima, but this one is transparent. It's 3D gloss gel, transparent. It says transparent, but it's white. I think it dries clear. You can take your pigment. So have a look at those. I mean, that's amazing. It's just, I don't know, I get so excited by those pigments. Then you've got brown, beautiful kind of chocolatey coffee brown, and then you've got that blue. Oh, and they're all so sparkly, so shimmery. Okay, so I've got a little bit of that gel, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of this blue and mix it in. Hold on, I need to mix it properly. Here we go. And what you've got your own radiant gel, or you've got your own very thick paint. Straight away you have your own type of paint or product. Now you can use this over stencil, so I can take the same stencil, and you can see how different they are comparing to, you know, this was really concentrated and looked really dark. This came out quite more kind of teal color. So I can take that little bit I've made here, put it over the stencil. Okay, lift it up. Here you go. And it's going to have very similar properties. It's incredibly shimmery. So with pigments you can pretty much do whatever you want. That was option number 1. You have, I'm just going to rip that. Okay, and I'm going to use the other bit. Another thing you can do with the pigments, you can make your own sprays, and then so I've got my little craft box bottle. You got those bottles in your March set. If you have ordered the March set, if not, there will be quite a lot of replay. When Karen and I finish putting together the April box, then we will have quite a lot of replay stuff on from from the back orders from December, November, and the March one and April. Everything is going to get on the website. We just need to finish the April box, which is above a priority at the moment, and we're working very hard on getting that done. Karen at the moment is working harder than I do. I'm trying to recover from my cold, bless you. Okay, so I'm going to grab, this is all gonna go on the table. Sorry guys. Oh, it's fine. I've got to go. I'm just going to clean my palette knife because I'm going to use it as the scoopy device. Excuse me. And I'm going to take a little bit of this really beautiful blue and pop that inside of my bottle. Okay, just maybe take a little bit more. Now, ColourArte have just introduced a new product called The Solution. The solution is acrylic binder. So if you put your pigment in the bottle, it will be beautiful as your spray. It will give you color. You will have the shimmer, but it will not bind the mica elements to the surface, and then you will have to use some kind of spray or fixative, which will then start moving the color around, etc., etc. Scoopy device, a technical term. Thanks. So they just introduced this thing called this solution, which will, as I said, which will bind your color and will bind your mica, so that will just stay put. And I do have 2 bottles of that. I'm probably going to keep it for myself because I love playing with those and different type of things they do, but I will put it on pre-order if you are interested. So I've just made my own spray very, very quickly, and actually I think it was Joe that asked me a few days back or weeks back when my March box got delivered. She asked, she said, I thought you were planning a mica spray in March box. Did you have to change the product? And I said, well, I was planning it, but the way I did it, the bottles were getting really clogged. So because I was using the traditional mica, I don't think you will have problem if you make your own sprays, and especially with the solution as well. So, because of the formula. So here is my spray I just made. It's really subtle, it's really beautiful. I should probably move away my pigments. It's really beautiful light blue, and it will be really shimmery when it dries as well. The more you add, the darker it will become, and you can obviously make it darker. You can't really make it lighter unless you divide it between 2 bottles and add more water. But again, you've got one product and you can do so much with it. So that's another thing that you can do with your pigments.
Can you use gum arabic as a binder?
You can use arabic as a binder. I'm not sure, to be honest. I never used it, Pam, but that's a really good tip actually. We will investigate. Right, okay, so that was number 2. So I've got my little spray now, little cute blue spray. Okay, I'm just going to move that away somewhere. And okay, the other thing you can do with your pigments is you can obviously create your own paint. So I created something quite thick with the gel, but if you have, hold on, I've got soft gloss gel here, and I can just add a little bit. That's quite runny. I can add a little bit to my mixy surface, which is a technical term as well, and take this brown here and scoop a little. That's probably way too much. In fact, it is way too much. It's going to be quite dark color, but you can see it looks like a paint now. It's very quickly I created my own paint. When you do your own project, you probably, unless you have quite a lot of time, you probably may want to have ready products rather than playing with it. But but if you're tight on budget and you just want something that will act as many things and you can do a lot of things at the same time, then pigments are probably what you will like. And here you go, that's the really dark colour.
Did you mix it with PVA?
Yeah, I cannot see why not. I think you can mix it, absolutely. You can mix it with PVA glue. Okay. So just a moment ago, we just had the soft gel and then a little bit of pigment, and now I've got the paint. And then again, it's got some green mica in it as well. So it's picking up those on camera here. Okay. I'm just going to pop that in the water, give it a little bit of a wash, and clean this one. And the final thing I'm going to show you before we move on to the project, so it's an hour showing you kind of different things you can do with these things. So that's your kind of mixed media, super quick class. And then the other thing, I'm going to be doing a project and we will see how that turns out, because I have an idea but I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. So the final thing is actual my favourite bit. I'm just going to pop that to the side again. And I'm going to take maybe a different set. I kind of fancy something a bit brighter. Indian summer. I think I've got quite a lot of Indian summers. I want some pinks. I want to show you some pinks and kind of move away from blue, although the blue ones are obviously the theme of this month. But let me get that. Open that. Wherever the scissors are. I missed the scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the pink. Yeah, I can't see them. It's fine. I'm just going to grab that first one, which I opened already. This is just asking for disaster. This is what I'm doing. I shall close this first. But you know what? I'll open. That's fine. Right, so I already kind of sprinkled a little bit by accident here. And this is going to go everywhere, so I'm just going to tidy up. Take a little bit of, if you have your spray box, like I showed you a few weeks ago, I think it's one of the broadcasts, and spray box will be brilliant for this kind of purpose. I'm just going to use a little bit of a kitchen towel. Okay, so I'm going to just take a brush. Any kind of springy brush will do. Anything that you can, kind of tap, and then the bits will go where you want it. So that one is got quite springy bristles, so that works quite well. And I'm going to take some clean water. I've got another one of my cute little bottles. Move the sprays away because they will all kind of blend with the water. And here you go. That's when the magic happens. That's one of my absolute favorite techniques. I love that. And every single pigment will have different color, and then they will have different colors, and they will have different undercolors. So they're just the most beautiful things. I can show you some other ones as well, because I think this, as I said, this is one of my favorite things to do recently. Hi Mary. I always mispronounce the name Mary. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm a foreigner. And then I did a really bad snort. Anyway, where were we? Oh, charming. I do need to blow my nose. Oh, okay, I'm going to take a little bit more on my paper. Bear with me, ladies, I just need to blow my nose. Because I can bear...
polished pigments or just plain pigments?
Hold on. I'm not sure what polished pigments means. They do have different things. They don't have just mica. They've got different things. In them. They've got pigment, they've got mica, they've got the radiant elements, and they've got binder. These ones don't have binder, sorry. Yeah, they've got 3 different things, but I don't think they've got any binder in it. But it's not just straight mica, if that's what you were asking for, Mary. Okay, so I'm going to put some other colours on. So this one is from the On The Wave set. So I'm just going to put 3 different ones. Okay, and then 3 different ones that are in the set. And then I will show you the brighter one, which is the which is the Indian summer. Okay, so spray that. Are you ready for the magic to happen? Hold on. Just went everywhere, didn't it? Here you go. Completely different result. And if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see very well, but in the green one, hold on, because it's going everywhere. In the green one, you've got green pigments, and you've got yellow. In the blue one, you've got purple and blue, and then you've got the gold. So you've got gold and brown in that third one. It's the most beautiful effects. I just love that marbled effects. And when you dry it, just give it a bit of a zap with the heat gun, but maybe close the pots. Okay. How do we bind them? Do we unbind the solution to the bottle if you want to make sprays? Yeah, so, oh yeah, happy birthday, Mary. Yes, so I was just saying, Mary, that the ColourArte has the new product called the solution, and it's a binding solution where if you want to make your own sprays, because they will be discontinuing Radiant Rains. So we'll have that solution on the website. So just to repeat what I mentioned before, that if you are interested in anything that is not currently in stock, I am going to putting it as a pre-order, and then you can receive it about 2 to 3 weeks later. I'm just going to order it from ColourArte and then make sure that I just order what you guys want rather than keeping lots of things in stock, because otherwise, you know, space is at premium here, as Karen knows. And we have more and more products for the boxes coming. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So give me about an hour after the broadcast finishes, and I'm going to have all the things that you may want to have a look at on the website. So I'm just going to give this a zap with the heat gun just to show you the shimmer. Okay. Going to get a little more, probably tap that excess off. Tap excess. Okay. Right, just going to get rid of that excess water. And also these look completely different when they dry as well. Well, they don't look completely different, but they do a little bit different. They go more subtle and obviously incredibly shimmery. You get those like dry rivers of mica pigment. Yes, I will have some in, Mary. Yeah, it is. I just found out about this solution as well, and I got a few bottles from Leslie O from ColourArte. So here's the dry result of this sprayed pigments. Okay, here you go. Okay, so I think that was the last bit that I had on my list. Hold on. It is. Okay, so I can move on to my little project and let's see how that's going to turn out. So what I'm going to do is I have a canvas. Hold on. Oh, fine. So I have canvas, which was already primed with gesso before, but I've also, hold on. Okay, good. But I have also now double primed it with a really, really heavy gesso because I'm going to be doing a lot of wet things on it. And then I have a frame, which is just a resin frame that I've cast myself. It's going to be white on white, so let me know if you can see it. Obviously, well, you will see in a second why it's all white. So I have primed, I've double gessoed this frame here, which was this color resin, this kind of beigey browny color. And then I also have a frame, large oval frame. Hold on, let's move that away. That one is from Snip Art, and it is still on the website. I think there was, for some reason I ordered massive stock of those. I think there's about 70 left on the website. So that frame is I'm going to be using as well. I did double gesso it with white gesso. I also have a little bit of lace. This is just a tiny little bit cut out from the December craft box. And then I've got a few white flowers. I'm going to be, so this flower is actually, hold on, I'm going to show you on a darker surface. This flowers, I'm not sure if you can see it very well, so I'm going to bring it quite close. I've designed this flower myself, and it's a bigger version of the pink one. and it's a bit of a bigger version of the pink one you get from Anna's Flowers set. It will make its way on the website at the moment, but as I said, we're really busy with April craft box, so we're focusing on this now. I've got everything I have is white, and the reason why is because I want to add the color, and I want the color to be added using product. So everything else is going to be white, but only color is going to come from pigments and spray and gels, etc. So that's what I have in mind. I have some petals here which are white. I have some leaves, loads of leaves which are white. There's a little flower here that I've gessoed. It was white and pink. Now it's kind of white. The pink's kind of bleeding through a little bit. And hold on, I've got some other flowers as well here and here, and I'll take those green bits off them. Okay, so to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that stencil that I had, and I don't have any more here, and I'm going to use, wow, look at these colours. They're just like blended beautifully. I really want to do this now. I'm going to use some of the gels. I want to make my own gel now. I'm going to use the Stargazer and the Guatemalan Green, and I'm going to put it around this area here. Okay, so just going to start with the Stargazer. Stargazer, as I said, it's a blue color on a white. It looks quite blue. But then afterwards, when it dries, the mica really comes out, and the mica is green on here. You can still glue everything first and gesso it after. Yeah, so I'm going to do that background first here. Okay. So the reason, I don't know, Mary, if you were saying to me,
too bright.
Oh, is it?
Apparently.
Because the sun is coming up.
Yeah.
So the reason why I didn't add here. Here we go. The reason why I didn't adhere everything first to the surface is because I want to do the color with the stencil first, and I want to use my gels. And so yeah, so here we go. I'm going to use that one on my surface here. Okay, just a little bit here and there. Well, rather here. Okay, here we go. I'll move the stencil, but that's fine, it's not a big problem. And then I shall use that in a second. Okay, so that's that. These gels take a little bit to dry, so I'm going to I'm probably going to be working with it wet, so I'm going to try to dry it with a heat gun a little bit, and I will bubble some of it, so I will show you. That's another interesting technique you can do. And now I've got this Guatemalan Green, that's what it's called, and I will take just a little bit of that and put the rest in the bin. My hand's gonna have to get properly cleaned after that as always, and I'm just going to put that on the side here. This is where I want it. Okay, wow, love those colours. Wherever it didn't blend very well, it doesn't matter because it will all be covered anyway. There's going to be a frame here, and actually I'm going to add a little bit of that Guatemalan Green to the other side. That stencil needs to be cleaned now.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, could you? Is that right? Thank you very much. Lovely Karen is going to clean my stencil, bless her. Okay. They are beautiful colours. So I'm going to give this a bit of a dry with my heat gun. It's not going to be completely dry, unfortunately, but they do take a little bit to dry, so just be mindful of that. Ideally you'd leave this overnight, but obviously I wanted to show you what to do with this, and excuse me. Okay, so just going to give it a bit of a dry, and then I will bubble some of it eventually when it just gets a bit drier than that. Okay. right? So don't keep your heat gun. And yes, I cleaned the stencils just with the water, soapy water, Caroline. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a dry. They don't dry very well with the heat gun. I'm just trying to do this just to get a little bit drier before I start putting anything on. If you are drying it with a heat gun, keep your heat gun moving. And don't keep it too close to the actual paint, because it will start bubbling. And mine is just bubbling a little bit here and there, but not dramatically yet. But yeah, just keep it moving. Oh, that's getting tacky now. I am going to bubble a little bit, so if you keep your heat gun in one place, it will start bubbling. So if you want that effect, it's actually really, really nice. But you may just not always want it. There we go. I will show you a close-up of this in a second as well. Can you see how that bubbles?
I love that.
Yeah, it's brilliant. If you keep it for longer periods of time, then you'll get bigger bubble in that place, and if you keep it for shorter. So you see there's little areas here, I can just flatten them out and they will just have a little more texture. You can keep them raised however you want it. Alright, okay, so I've added that. Oh, that one is quite slimy still. So here you can really see that bubbling quite well. Oh, I love that colour anyway. Excuse me. Okay, so that's that, and now I'm going to put my white elements on top of that and glue that on. And I didn't actually grab any of my glues, so I need to, sorry. I'm going to use, oh hold on, it's the glossy accents, it's completely clogged, as glossy accents tend to do. I'm just going to use my Ranger Multi-Medium in gloss. Okay, so I'm just going to take this white frame, this frame was actually kind of a woody colour, and as I said before, I've double gessoed it, and take a brush and just add a little bit of that gloss to the frame. So it's a multi-medium, it's a Ranger multi-medium gloss. I ran out of a matte one. I would recommend matte one to use, and you really need to order some more of the matte one. So yeah, that's what I would recommend, but I don't have it at the moment. So I'm going to pop that on here, and I want this frame to go around here. So the blue is probably going to get quite covered, but that's fine, because there's going to be a little bit here, and then on the outsides, on the outskirts as well. I want to say on the outskirts. Okay, just making sure I know what I'm doing. I can see what I'm doing. Okay, just gonna add more of that medium. You could use your E6000 as well, but to be honest, it's just such a lovely day here, and I've got the window open, but we will probably get suffocated with the stench of the E6000. It's a brilliant glue. It's quite toxic. You do have to have your window open. Okay, so I'm just going to add that here. So as I said, all the elements I'm planning to add are going to be white, and then the only color is going to come from the products. Okay. Right, so adding that again. If you miss what that frame is, it's a frame that I've just cast with the resin. You can use any color resin. You can use white, clear. You can color your resin. This one was just a taupey color, and I've just double gessoed it. If you want any of those frames and you don't have this mold, then just drop me an email, anna@craftbox.co.uk. I'll put one on the website for you. It's not a problem. And yeah, so here we go. I'm going to wait for this to get stuck on, and I'll add some other elements. I need to raise my sleeves because I'm getting a bit my hands are already proper dirty. Thank you, Mary. So I'm going to start adding those flowers. Again, this specific flower I gessoed already. The pink a little bit, as I said, showing through. I'm using my scissors. I'm just going to use the big ones. I'm just going to cut the stem off because I don't need that. I don't want any other colour than white or kind of whitish. So I've got this little rose as well, so I'm actually going to take that green off, because it's probably gonna, if I leave and gesso, it's probably gonna bleed anyway. So
which mould is it, Anna?
Oh, I don't know the name of it. I've ordered it ages ago, and I think I've ordered it from eBay, so I don't really even think it's got a name. Yeah, sorry. The moulds tend to not have good names unless they're like Martha Stewart's ones. So I'm afraid I don't have the I don't know which one that is, and I had it for quite a while now. But yeah, sorry, that one I don't, unfortunately I don't know. Okay, and then I've got this white flower as well. I'm just gonna cut this green stem off and just take the green off. These flowers they've designed with the factory in Thailand, they're just really good quality, so that doesn't come off that easily. It's not that easy to take off, and they're made on a foam as well. As you can see, they're properly formed. If it's too bright, give me a shout, because the sun just came out, but I think it's going to get a bit better with it's going to get a bit better with what I'm talking about, with the sun and with the colour we have on our frame now. So hopefully you can see a bit better. Why am I moving this if I only just stuck that on? Don't move it, Anna, don't touch it. Okay, so I'm going to be just putting a little bit of different bits and pieces. I might actually add a little bit of this one as well underneath before this gets dry. And when I add all the elements, then I am going to colour it. Okay, so I'm just using my what is it called, multi-medium gel from Ranger to adhere the lace. Ideally I would have gessoed it before as well, but it's fine because it will get sprayed anyway. Okay, so I'm adding this one, and as I said, everything I will be adding will be white, and then the colour will come from the actual products, from the paints and from the sprays and etc. Okay, so I'm going to add my flower here in the corner, and then I will probably give it a good zap with a heat gun just to heat up the glue a little bit so it dries quicker. Where do I want this? I'm just going to add that around. Okay, I've got some leaves. Oh, I've got this one as well, which I already cut. Sorry. So I've got this little gardenia flower as well, and then I'll add that to the side here, and then glue that on with loads of my adhesive. Okay, so add that here. Okay, and then I'll probably also add quite a few of the white leaves. Those white leaves, by the way, there will be a couple in your April box along with your flower set. They're beautiful. They're one of my favourite leaves. Don't know why white ones are my favourite, but they absolutely are. Okay, so I'm just going to add that here to this side. Oh, I need to adjust myself. Okay, and then gonna add a little more flowers on the side probably. I don't want to kind of take over that frame everywhere, but maybe I'm just gonna add one here. Yeah, just gonna stick that to the side of the frame, or just right inside here actually, thinking about it. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, I really need to give it a zap with a heat gun so it properly starts catching all the elements. Otherwise we're going to be here forever. And then I've got little tiny petals, and these petals will go somewhere as well. These petals will go somewhere. That was very informative. Oh, we're having fun here. Okay, so that was going to the side, and then just gonna add another one just in the middle of it. Okay, so they start catching because they're just much thinner. Okay, and I think I've got some other white ones. I've got some white petals here. So that will go in there, and then I will add another leaf somewhere. Maybe not. I'm just gonna scrunch this little tiny petal and just make a smaller flower, just like I want something to go in a little bit of in a little corner here. Okay, just to get that gradual effect. And I've got this little flower here as well, and this one obviously is coloured. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of gesso and a little bit of white gesso. Have you seen my golden one? Oh, here you go. I prefer my golden gesso actually. Okay, so just going to use my white gesso, and I've got this flower again. This is one of the ones I designed. These flowers have been in November back orders because they were very similar to the ones I've originally put in the November boxes, so I have put those. They will be on the website at some point, as I said. We just super busy with the April boxes to get those, and then obviously May box is going to be coming out soon, so that's very busy. Okay, just gave that a coat of white gesso. I may just coat it with the, are you asking what gesso that is?
No, it's how big's the canvas.
Oh, it's 20 by 20 centimeters. It's 8 by 8. Right, so that's that. I'm just gonna zap it with a heat gun. Okay, I'm mesmerized. Oh. Yeah, this I had this idea for quite a while actually, just to and when I was talking to you about the when I was talking to you about new products from ColourArte, I thought how brilliant would it be to have a canvas with all products being white and all products being really absorbent of colour, but the colour coming just from like paints and sprays and just having the colour where you want it rather than having things that are already coloured. So yeah, so that's, I just gessoed that. So everything I'm just going to put here, as I said, is going to be white. My fingers are all white and full of gesso, but that's fine. That's part of the fun. I didn't really have to gesso the back of it. Okay, just going to there's going to be a big cleaning session after that, Karen, you know that?
Yeah.
Because it always is. Okay, so I'm just going to tag that in underneath. And wherever there's still a little bit of green showing, so I'm just going to take a little bit of gesso, and I really want to have everything white because, as I said, I'm going to be spraying it, and I'm going to be finishing it excuse me, with different colours. Okay, and I also have this really big flower, and I'm just wondering where to put this. I just don't want to cover the frame completely, but maybe I should have done it. No, I quite like that. I'm just wondering where this goes. Kind of goes here, but I don't want to really cover the would that go? And then with a little flower to the side. I kind of don't know, like this. No, it's fine. And I will put another little flower at the bottom. Okay, just add a big dollop of my multi-medium Rangers ones. Okay. I think I don't want to add colour. Do you know what? I quite like it white as well, but we can't leave it white. It would completely defeat the purpose.
People like the idea of a white box though.
Ah, that, do you know what? That's a brilliant idea. I just had a brilliant idea. How about a box that's all white and then some pigments in it? What do you think about that? maybe that needs to be some kind of craft box special though. I don't think everyone would particularly appreciate that. Everything is white in your box. There's no colour whatsoever. You need to make your own colour. What do you think, ladies? Tell me. Yeah, I think that would be, that's not a bad idea actually. That's a very good idea. Alright, I'm nearly done with putting things on, and then I'm probably going to make a massive mess trying to put colour on top of it, so excuse me if that happens.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Yes, a white box. Okay, white box and a set of colours with it. That would be brilliant. Excuse me. Okay, so, right, so that's done. I feel like there's something missing here, but the reason why I don't want to over embellish it and cover the frames, because I want the frame to have a little bit of colour as well. So I want, I gessoed the frame to then put colour on top. So what I'm going to do, that bit is a bit empty, so I might just find a little petal or something, a little tiny flower, a little tiny rose. Do you know there's April roses. Hold on. Hold on, ladies. We're gonna have a debate. There is a box in the storage room with the April, like the flat one, but 12 by 12 one, where it's got old anchors and it's got a bunch of white flowers. Is that okay? It's in the unit nearer to the desk. Sorry. Oh, okay. Not pigments are already on the website. Okay, yeah, no, that's a good point. I would do different pigments. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Karen. It's lovely. Thank you very much. Okay. Sorry, we just needed a little bit of flowers. So there was a bit of a team meeting there, mini team meeting. So I'm just gonna. There's something missing on the side of this flower here. So that's what I want to add this rose, but I'm just going to remove this backing here. Oh, goodness me. And add some more multi-medium and just place it in the middle, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to give it a good zap with my heat gun because I need this dry before I start spraying, because otherwise it will all start falling apart. Well, semi-dry, not 100% dry, but kind of semi-dry. I've got really, really inky fingers now. Okay? So I'm just going to go underneath all those bits, and the glue's going to get hotter and it'll start evaporating. It's going to get drier, so this bit's going to start sticking properly to everywhere where I need them to stick to. And also under the frame. And also our little lace. Okay. Right. Going to make a quick coffee. Karen, you will miss the best bit when I'm spraying. You're going to have to watch it on replay. I think that's getting drier now. Brilliant. I really love this. I didn't think it's going to... I wish there was a little more blue. The stargazer blue, but I can always add it at the bottom here afterwards. Or well, it's going to get sprayed with things, so it's going to show more colour anyway. Okay, it's nearly there. Yeah, that's pretty much dry. Okay, that's dry now. I'm just gonna give it a minute or two to just cool down, so that we're gonna get lovely glue vapors, and then we can start spraying. What did my mum think about the gift? She hasn't received it yet. I haven't given it to her yet. So I'm just because the Mother's Day is in May in Poland, so I'm waiting for that to happen, and then I'm going to send it to her as a Mother's Day gift. So yeah, she hasn't got it yet. She's in Poland at the moment, bless her. So and yeah, she lives in Switzerland anyway. Okay, so I think, fingers crossed, this is fairly sturdy now. As I said, this will, I hope it's not going to fall apart when I start adding water, because ideally you'd leave it overnight. I just really need to add this one more flour. I have this need to add one more flower to this beautiful artwork. And then push that in. Okay. That's lovely. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Okay. I'm just going to dry this little flower I just added. Just to, I really like that arrangement. That's really nice. I'm going to need a new sprinkly brush. No, that's fine, it's fine. I'll catch it. I'll grab it. Because I need to find the one I want. Okay, so I just need another brush. Bear with me. That's my big brush. And we need the one I can kind of sprinkle the pigments with. Oh, here we go. Here it is. It's another one of those. A dry one and clean one. Okay. Okay. Lost you for almost 10 minutes. Error at our laptop. Oh, Hazel. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to now start adding pigments and different type of things. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking of getting, so this one was on the wave set. I kind of really like to I would like some pinks, but I'm not really sure how that's going to go. Definitely going to add gold. So this set is Indian Summer. Indian Summer, I think, is still on the website. And good morning, Melissa. And I just need to, these for some reason, they're just like double, triple packed. They're very secure. You don't have to worry there's anything that's going to happen with them in transit, which is good because they obviously get shipped from America. So, okay. I'm just going to get that open. I want some gold. Okay, I want some gold. I want some brown. And I think I want some tealy bluey colours. I kind of fancy purple, but actually I want all of the colours. All the colours I want there. Okay, so firstly, I may just give the area around here a little bit of a spray with some very pale colour. And I think I'm going to use the Radiant Rain in pearl green. Excuse me. This one is sold out on the website, but I will put on pre-order, and I'm just going to order directly from ColourArte for you if you want it, as I said. So for anyone who just joined us, I'm just going to repeat again. If your heart desires any of those products and they're not on the website at the moment, they will be in an hour, and if I don't have them in stock, they will be marked as pre-order, and there's going to be about 2 to 3 weeks waiting time. And I'm just going to order them directly for you from ColourArte. So right, okay, so I've got my pearl green. This is going to just give me a little bit of green shimmer, and I want this around this around the canvas because I want this piece to be extra super shimmery. So just going to spray this. So you're not going to see much of it to start with, but this got a little I've got on my finger. That's fine. That's no problem. But I'm going to dry it, and you should start seeing the shimmers. Actually, that pink looks really good. I might actually add a little bit more pink, and it's not going to show that much anyway. So, yes, that's what I sprayed it with, and maybe I should. Karen, could you take that keyboard away? Because that's going to have to get cleaned. Okay. Just going to dry this again, as I said, with your Radiant Rains. Just tap them gently. Don't shake them up and down. Just swirl them and tap them, and then you will avoid any clogging issues. There's a very, very subtle shimmer coming through now. You can see that on the piece. It's beautiful. I just want to dry this completely because I'm going to be adding pigments, and when I'm adding pigments, I want them to fall somewhere, and I want to spray it with water. If something is wet, they just already is going to start dispersing when the moment I'm going to sprinkle them. So I just want to make sure that everything is dry between the layers. Okay, so you probably, I'm fairly sure you cannot see anything here, but if I would try to show you in a corner here, I think it's going to be very difficult to catch. In the corner here, and especially the frame, they start to get a really shimmering. They've got this little pearlescent green shimmer. If it's not showing very well on the camera, obviously these things are quite difficult to catch, but I wanted to get a little bit of that shimmer here. And then I may potentially spray it with something a little darker at some point as well, but I don't want you pink here. You see, that's what it is when you play with so many pigments at one time. Right, okay, so I'm going now to use some blues. I probably will go with a little bit of pink, maybe a little bit of gold, maybe a little brown, maybe a little bit of everything. I want the frame to be kind of pinky browny, so I'm going to take the brown from On the Wave set. I don't actually know what the name of the pigment is, but I'm just going to take that brown and sprinkle it a little bit on the frame. And again, I'm going to be controlling it where I'm putting it. So I want this to go in the crevices of my frame, and then when I spray it, I would dry it straight away. So I don't want this on the flowers. I don't want this anywhere else. I just want this in crevices of my frame, and then it will give me this beautiful aged look. Oh, I love it. I did the same thing on the March box promo bit, where there was this rose cameo, and then I used I gessoed it white, and then I used pigments to make it pink. So if you go back to Facebook page, you can see that piece there. Okay, so I'm just going to continue adding it just in the bits where I want that pigment to go, in those crevices. It's a little bit wet, so already starting to react. Okay, moment of truth. That's gonna this brown, this is going to be browny, kind of yellowy color. So I'm going to give it a little bit of spray. Okay, right, and then gesso it. Oh, look at that, it's gorgeous. So where I sprinkled the pigment, it went into crevices, and it just, now I'm drying it. So as you can see, I can still have the white bit, the bit of a distressed look, but I've got that, you know, the actual design on the frame is really accentuated now. Okay. Oh, bless. Okay, so that was the frame. Oh wow, I love that. You never know with those pigments, and it's just, yeah. So you have a look at how it looks like. Isn't that stunning? It's absolutely beautiful. I think I might eventually do something underneath here, and then maybe put a little more flowers or something. I'm just thinking, should I add maybe like another rose? I think this will need a more flowery look. I'll maybe leave the colour. I'll do that later. I'll show you the finished piece as always. Okay, so now I want to add a little bit of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of silks paints. I just need to find the right set, bear with me. I think I'm going to go with the Vintage Mint, and I'm going to add this a little bit around the corners, and then I will also darken it to create a bit of a shadow using the colour that was definitely there a moment ago, warm grey. Here we go.
Somebody's asked for it to be a bit brighter.
Somebody asked to be brighter. That's fine. We can do brighter. It's not a problem. Is that okay? Maybe that. Okay, I hope that's okay. Again, I'm sitting outside. I'm sitting in front of the window. So here we go. I hope that's better. Okay, now I need another brush. Okay, and I'm going to use one of my long brushes, and again I'm going to use the warm grey set from the Vintage Earth. I think it's Vintage Earth, and I'm going to put that around the frame because I want to create a little bit of a shadow. So to start with, I'm just going to take a little bit and just wet the brush. Again, it's got the most beautiful shimmer. So I'm just going to create this. I'm just going to add this around the frame. I just want this to go a little bit kind of darker, as if the frame was casting a shadow, and then just going to show a little bit better on this piece as well. Okay, that's getting a bit of a vintagey look, really. Alright, these are like the final details. I could always do them a bit later. Okay, that's lovely. Okay, so I've added a little bit of that grey just for that frame to cast a little bit of a shadow, and then I'll also take a little bit of my green and add this here and there on the actual frame as soon as I clean my brush. Okay, with some water, get that green, and I'm going to add that a little bit to the actual frame to make it go a bit better with the overall theme. So it's almost going to get that patina look. It's not exactly, because it would need a little more turquoise, but wherever you've got those crevices, I'm just going to add a little bit of the glaze and then just very gently tap it. Oh wow, that's amazing. I'm even amazed at my own creations. I love that. Mint green is one of my favourite colours anyway. And that paint starts reactivating the pigments as well. So it starts kind of moving around and shifting around. I still want to keep some of that white going. But yeah. Oh, I just love this. I love this so much. I'm going to do a zoom in a second, not zoom, but I'm just going to show you how that's actually turning out. But this is exactly what you can do with the variety of products. Hold on, I'm just going to show you a close-up. I just need to see on, hold on, bear with me. This is the close-up of the paint. I don't know if you can see that green. So I've added a lot of the green glaze now. So if you remember all the products, or if you haven't been here from the beginning of the project, all the products were white, everything was white, and now we're just adding color with the different paints and different pigments, etc. So that's where I am with the frame. I'm not sure if that green is really showing on is really showing in real life. I'm not really sure if you can see it on the actual piece. Okay, sorry, on your screen, not on the actual piece. I think I need another coffee. Okay, so that's where we are with this. I just love that frame, it's just so pretty. And right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now add a little bit of pigment on the flowers, and I want the flowers to start really bringing color. So I've got I do have, I might use purple. I'm kind of going back and forth in between different colours, but I might use purple from the Indian Summer collection. Hold on, that's Indian Summer as well. I think it's Indian Summer. And then I've got different blues, and I could do with the green. If I don't have green there, then I have green. There's green in Cowboy. Cowboy is still on the website. Karen, could you open this for me? If you can. There are scissors there. You can try to force it open with the scissors. Before I add any of those pigments on my actual piece, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of paper and just going to make sure that the colour that I want to add is actually, you know, the right one for this, because sometimes the colours can look a bit different. So this is from the Indian Summer, and this is a kind of purpley colour. Sorry, the canvas is in the way, so let me just move that here so you can actually see what I'm doing. And I'm going to add that purple here, and then also this magenta, and then I just want to see if what I want to do will actually work when I spray water, because as I said, they do turn out a bit differently when they are actually, oh thank you Karen, when they're actually on the when they're wet with water. Okay, so these are the three colors I'm thinking of adding, plus some blue and green. So okay, all right, so you see that one kind of turns out as a bit bloody, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one. That magenta, a little bit I will sprinkle. That green is probably a little too dark for what I want out of it. I would like it to be a bit lighter, so I'll ask Karen to open another set and so I can pick the right color that I want. And then let me just give this a zap with the heat gun, so you can also see how they look like when they dry, because that, you know, I may make a decision basing on a wet look, but when they dry they just look completely different. So Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay, that's actually quite nice. I actually quite like that green. I might in the end use it on or the lighter one, we will see. When it dry, it looks completely different. Okay, going back to our piece. So I kind of have a general idea. I do want to use a pink. And I might use a little bit of gold. And I might use a little bit of blue. And that was the blue. I actually want that blue, but I don't know which one is it. Is it this one? Maybe. Teal zircon. Excuse me. Yeah, it must be, but I don't know where the other one is. We've got a little bit of a mess here, ladies. Okay, so right, I'm going to add, yeah, it is that one. Okay, so I'm going to add that little bit of that tealy pigment onto my flowers. And hold on, that's a decision. Maybe this one should be pink. Okay, I'll add this a little bit at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, ladies, if I'm out of frame. I'm just adding a little bit of that pigment. Okay, so I've added a little bit of pigment from the On the Wave, which again is going to be on the website in about an hour. So I've added it to the bottom here, and then I want to take a little bit of that pink from the Indian Summer, this one, and add this here to this flower.
Is Craftbox on Pinterest?
Craftbox is not, well, is on Pinterest, but I haven't had the chance to update the Pinterest board yet. So I will do that at some point, hopefully. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it. Someone said that you want to do the drum roll, so you can. I think it was Karen. Karen said she wants to do a drum roll every time I'm about to spray. So I'm going to spray this. Okay, and dry it straight away. Alright, that's amazing. I love that green.
Yeah,
okay. Alright, so just give me a good zap with a heat gun. Making it nice and dry. Okay, and then I think I'm going to add some brown, and I'm actually gonna dull that flower a little bit because that pink is a bit too magenta for my liking. So I'm going to add some brown. I think this is from the Cowboy collection. It's exactly the same brown I used on the frame, but I'm going to pop that on different flowers, and I'm also going to add a little bit of blue. And the blue one is from On the Wave collection. So we're just going to add that blue to the petals, and then add a little bit of green as well. I will spray this first, and then I'm going to add some more in a second. Wow, this is becoming a very colourful piece.
Can you say hello to Harrison, his call? He's just started watching.
Hi Harrison! Hello! Oh, is that someone's husband or son? Oh, wonderful!
He started to watch as well.
No, that's
Get them early.
That's wonderful. Absolutely, little Craftbox fans. Okay, so all right. Just going to dry this. I do highly recommend that every time you spray, do dry it, to give it a good dry, because otherwise you're going to start creating mud. If you don't want those colours to mix too much, if you want to keep the colour separation good, then just make sure that you give it a good zap with your heat gun. Right, so that's where we are. I particularly like these ones. But then you've got some blue ones, and you've got some magenta, and you've got what's it called, brown one as well. Now I'm going to tackle these two, and I think they really need to stand out. So I'm just thinking, I think I'm going to add a little bit of gold, and then here you go. I'm just going to put a little bit of gold on those. Whoops, that was way too much on both of them. And then I'm going to do a little bit of shading with a little bit shading with a little bit. I'm going to do a bit of a shading with some pigments, and I'm going to show you how. So first, just going to give it a spray. So they are gold now. Okay, really. That's fine. So it starts moving again. Alright. I just need to dry this bit on the frame because there's quite a lot of water and I don't want this to move too much. That's fine. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a little pool of paint, and I'm going to add a colour, and I want that teal to kind of bring everything together and add the teal to the gold. So I'm just going to take, I think it was this one. I'm just going to take that little teal, and we are nearly done with this, ladies, so if you want to get on with your day, I promise, won't be long. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but I'm just going to add, that's one thing I haven't shown you before, but you can create your own kind of colour wash as well, and you can just add a little bit of spray to your pigment. I'm running down on water, but it's always a different bottle. So you can just add lots of water to your pigment, and then you've got that very, very pale wash, and okay. And just take a little bit of that and add it to my petals, and I just want to bring all that together with that kind of predominant colour, which was this tealy kind of, this Guatemalan green, as ColourArte called it. I'm just going to add this in different places to those flowers and have them kind of multicoloured. And then if this look is just a bit too harsh, you can obviously add water and then soften it a little more, and then obviously that will start running, and you can then zap it with your heat gun. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. Here we go. I kind of think that flower needs a bit more brown, but again, I can just finish it off a bit later. The last thing that's left to tackle is our lace, and I think I may just use a little more of Radiant Rain on that lace and just give it a bit of colour. And then, hold on, I'm going to use Seafoam on the lace, just to put a bit more colour down. And then if I want a little more colour here and there, I'm going to use a rest of my mixed kind of water wash, pigment wash. Okay, so that lace is sprayed. That will get incredibly shimmery. Just going to give it a good dry. That's that, and then I will take a little bit of that green as well and just add here and there, just to kind of shade it a little bit, and then I will dry everything all together. And I need some more water just to give it a good wash. Paint. Okay. Here we go. Start with my heat gun again. Alright. Okay. And wherever I want the elements to be shown a little bit darker, I can always go with, do a little brown pigment wash and just add it. I think eventually I'm going to finish that frame off with a little bit more brown, just this one underneath. Again, it's the large oval frame. If you do want it, it's on the Craftbox website. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave this piece with regards to our broadcast. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the little demo. I hope it was very useful. Well, I hope it was useful. I'm going to finish all it off. I'm going to post the pictures on our Facebook page. And yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. And we will see you very soon.
Bye.
All right. Okay. Bye, everyone.